औज़ुबिल्लाहिमिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। प्यारे तलबा अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। हमारा जो टॉपिक जो हमारी आपकी किताब सिविक से है, कन्फ्रंटिंग मार्जिनलाइजेशन, वो आज हम उसका जो सब टॉपिक देखने जा रहे हैं वो है आदिवासी डिमांड्स एंड द 1989 एक्ट। The 1989 Act is important for another reason. Adivasi activists refer to it to defend their right to occupy land that was traditionally theirs, as you read in the previous chapter. Adivasis are often unwilling to move from their land and forcibly displaced. Activists have asked that those who have forcibly encroached upon tribal lands should be punished under this law. They have also pointed to the fact that this act merely confirms what has already been promised to tribal people in the Constitution, that land belonging to tribal people cannot be sold to or bought by non tribal people. In cases this has happened, the Constitution guarantees the right of tribal people to repossess their land. C.K. Janu, an Adivasi activist, has also pointed out that one of the violators of constitutional rights guaranteed to tribal people or governments in the various states of India. For it is they who allow non-tribal encroachers in the form of timber merchants, paper mills, etc., to exploit tribal land and to forcibly evict tribal people from their traditional forests in the process of declaring forests as reserved as sanctuaries. She has also noted that in case where tribals have already been evicted and cannot go back to their lands, they must be compensated. That is, the government must draw up plans and policies for them to live and work elsewhere. After all, governments spend large sums of money on buildings, industrial or other projects on lands taken from tribals, so why should they be reluctant to spend even very modest amounts on rehabilitating the displaced? हाँ, कंक्लूजन देखते हैं हम इस चैप्टर का कंक्लूजन क्या निकला. As we can see, the existence of a right or a law or even a policy on paper does not mean that it exists in reality. People have had to constantly work on or make efforts to translate these into principles that guide the actions of their fellow citizens or even their leaders. The desire for equality, dignity, and Respect is not new. It has existed in different forms throughout our history, as you have seen in this chapter. Similarly, even in a democratic society, similar processes of struggle, writing, negotiation, and organizing need to continue. ये था आज के लिए। इसके साथ ही हमारा जो चैप्टर कन्फ्रंटिंग मार्जिनलाइजेशन ख़त्म हुआ। इंशाल्लाह कल मैं इसकी एक्सरसाइज लेकर वो सवालात हल करके आपके सामने फिर हाजिर हो जाऊंगा। तब तक के लिए खुदा हाफिज़।